Hey guys, Andrew here, and welcome to MarketEdge.pro and the video series that I'm going to be doing every week. And then we're going to hopefully this burst podcasts and events and all sorts of stuff this year. Hopefully we see a real busy year, and not only from Kelowna but all over the world. So hopefully we'll be doing videos in Nigeria and Korea, and this is the year we break forth. And so this is called Delta. So the Delta Hotel is over there. And then this is a park they created quite a few years back. It's a nature reserve. And the reason I wanted to do a video here was to highlight and contrast the systems of nature and what God has created versus the nature and the systems of the AI singularity or the synthetic singularity or the fourth industrial revolution or the woke culture or on and on and on, right? And so the idea of MarketEdge.pro is to contrast the two of them. And a lot of people don't understand that, and they say, well, Andrew, why are you doing that? Why are you focusing on the one and not the other? And the reason I'm doing that is I want to expose the structure of that system so that this other system can rise up. Because I believe in scripture that shows that there's going to be sheep nations and goat nations. And the goat nations are going to be the ones that fall under that system, like we're seeing in China with the social credit system or the social credit score. And then there's going to be kingdom systems that arise like we've seen with Donald Trump and him pioneering a movement for people that are patriots and freedom-loving businesses. And so hopefully Market Edge will speak into those businesses and give them organizational health strategies. And the reason organizational health is so important is that it's a business number one competitive advantage. And why is that? It's because culture eats strategy. And so Satan is the ultimate strategist. He understands the rhythms and the cadences of the universe like no one else. And why was that? Was because he was a worship leader in heaven. He was the one that heralded in the glory of God. He was the one who saw creation be created. He was the one who saw Jesus. And when he saw Jesus, I think that's when his idea was hatched, where he thought, me in my spiritual splendor is much greater than this human being, this human creation. And so that's when we saw Satan rebel against God and come down to earth and become the God of this world. And so then we're starting to see that same system, that same idea rise up out of the AI singularity. And so I write on that. That's in my first blog, Living Systems Will Override the AI System. So go into that and dig into that. And the idea of that is one was created out of chaos, which is Satan, and the other one is created out of order, which is God. And so one has true intelligence, kingdom intelligence, and the other one has chaos intelligence. And so this culture is infused with this intelligence, this Babylonian intelligence. And where does that come from? It comes from, well, what scientific theory wants to say is it came from nothing, the Big Bang. But I believe it came from chaos. And here, this is what I think Satan saw, was that in the chaos, he saw infinity. Because when you look at chaos theory, it's infinite, right? The thing is that it collapses in on itself where it no longer sustains itself, but it closes in on itself like a black hole, right? And so when we start to look at this and examine this, we start to see God's themes start to flow and build and create. And that's where wealth is created. And so that's where my business wealth index has originated and been built out of, is my experience with nature and living systems and the way God created things. And when we start to create the way God created, we bring that beauty into our lives, into our businesses, into our relationships. And see, at the core of God's design was relationship. And so when we look at Genesis and we start to unpack Genesis, we start to see all these business wealth strategies, all these business wealth ideas. And so that's what this vlog is going to be about is discussing those principles, those ideas. And normally it'll be 5 to 10 minutes, but we're going to call it Give It 10. So I'll add music to this and everything so that we hit 10 minutes. And the idea of this will be to share God's creation and his plan for creation and his eternal plan versus the plan of the evil one, the darkness, right? And expose that plan so that we can go and disrupt it. It's called blue ocean marketing. And so when you see an idea and nobody's out there, you go out there and you plant yourself and position yourself, because that sometimes is the best strategy. Not all the time. Sometimes we want to have innovation that is progressive and it's working within the system. A lot of people are called to that. A lot of people are called to this chaos system, this fourth industrial revolution, and they're innovating within it. And that's fine, because sometimes that will be explosive in itself. But Market Edge isn't really aligned that way. It isn't geared that way. The way it's geared is towards disruptive innovation, to come and pull on heaven, come up with innovation, come up with innovative ideas, and then bring it into the marketplace. And so then to create wealth for themselves, for their communities, and for their families. And that really, in my opinion, is royalty. And understanding our identity comes from him, and then from him it flows out of us into connecting with people. And so that may seem abstract to begin with, but that abstract can become linear as we continue to talk about it and discuss it and create our own business wealth story from it. So have yourself a great day and be a part of the light, be a part of the order. So we decree that over ourselves over this year, and that this would be a year of order. And we reject the reports of doom and gloom. We reject the reports of fear, and we speak life over this year in Jesus' mighty name.